Hey guys, welcome back to another Game of Thrones Season 7 recap. We got the usual group here. We got Mason and Kevin.
Woo! Usual group.
And myself,
Hell
Ian.
Yeah.
The huge.
It's really weird because I remember last week when we did this, I was saying like, holy shit, it's Monday again. And that feels like it was like a day ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm like, holy fuck, it's Monday again.
Again, dude.
Again.
It's weird.
That's how adulthood works, dude. You just kind of, everything becomes a blur.
Next thing you know, we'll be dead.
Yeah.
And it would have all been for nothing.
All
Slowly
cryptic,
dying.
I know, all cryptic and shit.
It would have all been for nothing.
Yeah, all for nothing.
That's life.
Yeah.
So,
all right, that was a good podcast.
There was a Game of Thrones episode on last night, guys.
There was.
Best episode of the season?
For sure.
Best episode of the series, I think.
Yeah, well, for me, I would agree. I was saying it last night. I was like, it's this or Battle of the Bastards. That's tough.
The Battle of the Bastards was a phenomenal fight scene. I think overall episode, though, this had a little bit of everything. Yeah. Like, I think this was the best episode.
I just remember everyone freaking out over that one. There's like one, and then the season before that, season 5, which was not a great season, except for episode 8 when the undead attack the wildling town.
Yeah, that one.
That was one.
Really
there's like one episode in each season that kind of just sticks out. You think this will be the one?
This season's been amazing though.
It really
every episode has been like, holy shit! Like
this is the first episode I feel like that's really taking all of the build up from the first 3 and put it all into practice.
Yeah.
Like this is the most eventful.
Right.
Like every wheel of the plot, instead of kind of just humming along and like getting ready, actually move to the next shift.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
With this one, so
and it's just like everything just culminated into like. Just like what do you expect?
It's a culmination of 7 seasons too. Like finally, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
things that happened that you wanted to happen since season 1. Right. You know, so. But yeah, so the news just kind of like go through the scene by scene, or
let's do it. Let's just do the usual thing. What was the opening scene?
Fuck.
I never remember.
I know that ending scene just like drowned everything
out. The last part was so big.
Yeah.
I remember the ending scene and my other favorite scene outside of that.
I want to say Jon showing Daenerys the.
I don't think it was first, but we could start there. Because I don't remember. I can't remember. Like the whole ending was so big.
Wait, was it Arya showing up?
Was it? No. I think it was Cersei and the Iron Bank guy, wasn't it? No.
Yeah, maybe.
She's like, I told you I was gonna repay because it showed like Jaime like packing up all the gold from the raiding basically of the High Garden, and then him it's just packing up the gold and like the granary and all that stuff and the grains, and then goes to Cersei like in the Red Keep or whatever
with the guy
Iron
from
Bank,
the Iron Bank,
and he was just talking to her. He's like, well, I've never had anybody pay off all their debts in one. Like payment, like
he's like, we're gonna miss your
interest in it. I was like, oh, dude, I get that. I work at a bank. I was like, I get that, man. But So he's all like, and of course, he alluded to near the end of that scene. They were chit chatting, whatever. And near the end, though, he's like, I am willing to invest in you if the gold gets here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, which is a huge like foreshadowing of what but
the foreshadow actually didn't turn out to be what we were thinking it would be.
Exactly,
because then you're thinking, oh, the gold's not going to get there.
So one small thing, I don't know if who was your expert at your job?
Drew.
Okay. I don't know if Drew's told you this, but they're in the books. There's this elite fighting force called the Golden Company.
And then, no, he didn't mention this.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure if I asked him, he'd know about it.
Yeah, the Golden Company. I guess maybe in this version of Game of Thrones, they might be employed by the Iron Bank. Because, like, what he was alluding to is, like, we're willing to invest in it. Like, there is an elite army out there that is paid or employed by the Iron Bank for stuff like this. Okay. So, what I'm foreshadowing is, like, so Daenerys takes the gold, right? She hires these, instead of Cersei getting the gold and paying them off and paying the, the debts off and everything, they're like, okay, you can't win this war because this dragon just destroyed everything. So, we're going to be all like, hey, we're going to invest in Daenerys now, and this Iron Company, because she lost both of her great allies. So if you haven't seen the previous 2 episodes, they lost the Tyrells and the Martells.
They lost
everyone.
Yeah, they
lost almost lost the Unsullied as well.
Yeah, and then that's kind of that scene when she comes out and like, well, they've taken Castlereagh Rock.
Yeah, but they're stranded. Yeah, so the Golden Company. Maybe something that makes an appearance in the show.
Okay,
so,
interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, so after that scene,
I thought it was interesting that Danny asked
John
what to do,
because she's starting to feel for where he is and who he is.
Well, she's starting to feel the pressure too. I think.
Yeah.
Like, really, if anything else goes wrong, she's done for. I mean, she's about to lose this war. Like,
yeah, she really doesn't have any resources left. She's kind of lost all of it. Yeah, that's true.
That's why she's like, fuck this, I'm just going to use my damn dragon. That's what she was saying. She's like, why can't I just go murder everybody? He's like, you're not going to be any different than the rest of them if you do that.
That scene, though, Drew, whatever he said was like, oh, she's going to become... Definitely.
Absolutely.
I see it.
Absolutely.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Like,
you just have to have someone tell you that.
Yeah, that scene...
God.
That scene when she asks John, like, hey, should I do this? You'll be the same. If you burn stuff and kill people with your dragons, you'll be the same Targaryen that everyone knew.
Yeah.
And,
well, I don't think what ended up happening, the interesting thing is that she listened to him.
Yeah, she
didn't go, she was... I don't think anyone's expecting her to not use dragons in war.
Yeah.
That what they're saying is don't go burn King's Landing with all the innocent people in it.
Yeah.
Right,
don't go burn castles and burn towns and villages. That's not going to win you anything but a rebellion.
Yeah, it's true. It's a legitimate battle, but
I mean, I would use it.
I feel like in that prior to that scene on the beach, though.
Yes.
When John speaks to her in the cave about the first men and the children of the forest. Dude, she sounds so much like a Sith, dude. Like, what I'm saying? Like, she deals in absolutes. Like, she's like, I will help you.
Bend the knee.
But bend the knee.
God, so frustrating,
I was like, Danny, what the fuck?
I know, I thought she was done with that shit.
She's losing it, man.
I know, I was like, he's trying everything. I was like, oh, this is going to lead to
work.
heart health.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I'm like, oh my God,
and
dude.
it's so awkward because they're like looking at each other. They're very attracted to each other very clearly. And like, no, it's your aunt, bro.
Yeah, that's why Bran wants to talk to John. But,
that's what I'm worried about is that, like, when is John going to get back?
Yeah,
like, what if they screw each other at some point? Like, God damn it,
Dude, it was so weird, though.
It's just...
Dude, what did you think about that dialogue between Tyrion and Daenerys? Like...
After he told her about Castle Rock?
And then, like, her accusing him of, like, you underestimate your family. And he's like... He's just, like, flustered. I was like... Yeah, you might
he did.
I think she finally called him out.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that even he is like, well, maybe she's right.
It's basically
she alludes to
his plan
him protecting his family. Yeah, and even jumping forward a little bit, when he's overlooking Jaime during that battle, and we'll talk about kind of what happens, but it's obvious that he wants him to get out alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
well, Jaime was one of the only people who ever treated him well.
Yeah, no, absolutely, but like you just can't play for both teams. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's what's causing a lot of problems.
And I think that, like, that's been something that I liked this season. I love Tyrion just as much as everybody else. But these characters all need to be flawed, and so far, really, his only flaw was that he was kind of a drunkard, and he liked whores, and he didn't take anything seriously, and that was sort of his issue. But he was always right? That's his thing. So it's kind of nice to see that he isn't a trope.
Yeah,
he's a human.
Yeah, he's an actual
he has fucked
up
3-4 times in a row. Everything he's done has failed, and that happens. Like that's happened to all the great men and women in real history. Like, not everything's going to go according to your plan. And so I kind of like that he's a little bit humbled by that, and he's not always right. He doesn't know everything. And that, the problem with Dany that I'm seeing is that she won't make her own decisions. Yeah. Which is not a very good leader's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, in the whole show, anytime she's ever taken the initiative, she usually makes the right choice. I feel like usually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Other than maybe brutally murdering all of the slaveholders.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I felt like every time she made a decision, it was like to brutally fucking massacre a bunch of people.
Like, she wanted to kill. She held that fighting ring to get the next hand or whatever. I was like, God damn it! I was like,
but at the same time, that's the problem though, because back in that time, all of us were like, "You do it."
Yeah, no, exactly.
So it's easy to look back now and be like, "That was not a right choice, Danny."
Yeah, no. In hindsight,
I would have done the same thing. To be completely honest, which is why I still like her, even though I can tell what they're doing with her character.
We like underdogs, and she was the underdog when she was in Essos.
It was just cool to see her be empowered and be like when she burned that guy that was talking shit about her in Valyrian. And she understood him the whole time, and then oh man, she has all these very kind of victorious moments that you were rooting for her that time.
Exactly.
And, like, now we look back and
With
we're like, ooh,
yeah.
you know, and now we're seeing.
It's easy to judge in hindsight.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
so.
That's what makes the show great. Is
Yeah.
his characters are very realistic. They're very human-like, and the fact that they make good decisions and awful decisions, and you just got to live with them.
Yeah.
But she's getting worse.
Yeah,
she's getting worse every time. I feel like she's going to be a little unhinged.
She is getting there. Yeah. I feel like she just deals in absolute, like, she has this ego about her that she just needs people to acknowledge that she's superior.
I feel like if she doesn't get what she set out to do, that like all of the shit that she's gone through is in vain, which is not true.
Yes, no,
like, you can still rule this kingdom, you know, create a democracy, break the wheel like you said you were going to do. You know, but now she's in this mindset of like, if I at any point, you know, give in to one thing or make a single exception, I'm betraying all of the hard work and deaths of all the people that follow me and all of the suffering that I've been through and the rape and all the bullshit I've been through, and she's been enslaved and all this stuff. Like, if I give up on any little piece of ground, I am giving up on everything that I believe in.
Done,
which is
all
like
she's gone through,
understandable, but it's not a good quality to have. You have to be adaptable.
Absolute. That's what I'm saying. Deals in absolutes. You know, it's hard. So in that same scene on the beach, they're all talking and all that stuff. Finally, face to face, Theon and Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Whew. That was an awkward ass.
What was funny about that was when Theon walked up with his crew and everything, like, I couldn't remember what kind of terms they left off on. Like, it took me a second to be like, wait, okay, what? And then I was like, okay, that happened.
That look that Jon Snow gave Theon, I was like, ooh, that's not good.
I feel like a lot of us have forgotten what Theon did.
Early in this, you know, like season 2, a
lot of us have forgotten that, so it was just like, we, you know, he's gone through the week stuff, and we just kind of, poor Theon. It's like, dude, he
fucked up. He betrayed Robb. Yeah. Betrayed him. Betrayed the Starks.
He hacked off Roderick's head and all that. I mean, God.
He fucked up. Yeah, he's done some horrible things in his life. And again, that's why I feel like he's going to be one of those stories where he seeks redemption, you know? Like, he's going to have to seek redemption. That's why I feel like he's going to have try to save his sister. Probably going to succeed in that.
You think he will?
I think he will.
No, you're right in this episode.
He will probably die doing it, though. I assume he'd probably die.
I'm kind of assuming everyone's going to die at this point.
But how do you think Daenerys is going to help Theon save Yara? Like, how the fuck? How?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different avenues because we're going to get Jorah back soon with her.
Yeah, true.
I'm wondering if he's going to see her for what she's becoming too, which would be really interesting. But you're going to get Jorah back, so she's going to have multiple people around her that can, and then she's going to have Jon. Like, I don't know how they're going to go and rescue. You could use like one of the smaller dragons. Yeah. You know, like Rhaegar, or you know, and like get her out of there and jump on the back and fly off or something. I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting.
Do you guys think? I was thinking about this last night. Like, do you think Jon will find out he's a Targaryen either by Bran, or do you think he's going to have like a run-in with one of these dragons and it's going to listen to him and he's going to be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Oh, yeah, that could get weird.
That's nice. Yeah, that's interesting.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's on a cliff or whatever, and like Viserys or Rhaegar or one of the two smaller ones comes up to him, and like he thinks he's going to get killed, and then he like does what it wants him to. You know what I mean? Like, how's that connection?
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good theory.
Would he even consider that though? Like, wouldn't even be in his brain?
Not even close. He would be like, "Why can I?" He probably wouldn't even know because his whole life is
how threatened Dany would be right now.
Dude, I know, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's going to drive her off the edge.
Yeah, he flip. But his whole life, Ned has told him that he was his son, you know, and your mother was a whore, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't think that idea's even crossed his mind, not even once. But I don't know. That could be weird. That could be a nice scene to see.
Drew is saying that it's possible that if he doesn't get back to
the north,
that they might do like a political marriage.
Interesting.
Oh.
And that's the way in which he would bend the knee.
Yeah.
So he'll give her what she wants without actually doing it.
Okay. That's actually, I think, a better compromise than bending the knee.
That's what I'm saying. Because he'll be like, he'll bend the knee and like propose to her.
Yeah.
As of like a political thing, you know, and they'll unite their houses via their marriage, and then he's gonna have to kill her when she goes all crazy. That was his theory.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a good.
There's a lot of crazy stuff because there's just so much going on, you know. What did you guys think about the sequence before that conversation on the beach when they're in the caves and I don't know if you guys noticed at the after the show, they talked about how a lot of those drawings were the same patterns that the White Walkers have put bodies into.
Yeah,
the circle with the line through
right.
it. The weird like the sun twirl circular thing.
Dude, I didn't notice that.
Because we know that the Children of the Forest created them.
The first.
And then they became uncontrollable, and then they went to men to help them fight the White Walkers.
Yeah. Jeez, I don't know.
I thought that was going to work.
I thought so too. It
was
looked
a very
like
good appeal
at the end there.
Yeah,
she's like, they are together, the first men and the Children of the Forest, and she's like, bend the knees.
Bend the knees.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I was really, really hoping for that scene to work, but I don't think anything will. At this point.
I think she's
right.
too. Like I was saying, man, she's just dug in, and she doesn't feel that she can compromise.
No,
because she's tried before. She has compromised with other people before, and it just fucked her.
Yeah, exactly. I think the culmination of just the build up.
She tried to. She agreed with that guy, and what was the name of that? Quintos, or what was the name of that city in season 2 that they wander up to in the desert?
Oh yeah. What was that?
You got Koros or
something like that.
It starts with QU.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Like
Drew's gonna be mad. He knows what it is right now. He's like, let's go. Yeah. So when she remember that guy that was like, "Oh, marry me," and like she ended up kind of believing in him, totally screwed her over.
Yeah. Zorn Zaksu.
When she let herself like love Drogo, he's dead.
Yeah.
And she trusted the witch.
Yeah, the witch.
Screwed her over.
Yep.
Like anytime she does that, it ends up bad. So she's just done with that shit.
Yeah.
For better, for worse.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but.
Scene wise, okay, so like I know that there's when Arya comes up on the horse and sees. Is there stuff before that though? God damn,
dude, I don't
think we're going in order anyway.
No, but
not like exact order.
Yeah.
We see Arya on horseback. Was she on horseback?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on her horse still, and then like looks over the valley and sees Winterfell. I was blown away that she went.
My theory was wrong. She actually went, and then Bran kind of alluded to that too in the meeting. He's like with them just getting a little bit ahead, but he's like, I really thought you were going to go to King's Landing. She's like, I thought so too.
Yeah. I saw you at the crossroads.
Yeah, I saw you at the crossroads. I was like, and she's like,
you saw me.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I was like, that was a great scene.
So I remembered. So she sees Winterfell, and it cuts to Bran and Littlefinger.
Oh,
and
yeah,
him giving him that dagger.
Dude, that was a great scene. That fucking gave me chills. And I was like, fuck yes!
Season 1.
Dude, my theory is... Okay, so Bran knows. He knows everything, right? Everything.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So he knows that Littlefinger kind of arranged everything.
Right? He has to.
Yeah, so he I think... He's going to tell Arya, and Arya's going to kill Littlefinger.
He's on the list, man.
Yeah.
He's still on the
list. I was like, isn't Littlefinger on the list?
Yeah.
I was like, he's going to die by Arya.
Sansa was on the list, but maybe she got a bye. But like,
Sansa was on the list?
Yeah, she was. When she was with Joffrey, when she first got with Joffrey.
Really?
And remember, like, Sansa was in love with him to begin with, before he fucking started getting crazy.
Right, yeah.
I swear to God, go back and look. She was on the list.
Really?
I promise you.
You
can doubt it all you want to. Go back and look. It's fine.
Okay.
But
he's watched it recently, so you kind of
whatever. But yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
so you think Littlefinger's gonna die?
Totally,
dude. His.
Do you think he died this season?
Oh yeah, he'll die.
I thought he was going to create more havoc.
No, with Bran there to counter him.
That changes it, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Bran to counter him, like he knows everything that Littlefinger's up to. The way that he says it, what was it? Oh, chaos is a ladder. That gave me fucking goosebumps, dude.
When did he say that? I remember that was his quote
at the end of the conversation. Oh, when he said it to
when
Varys.
Did Littlefinger originally say
to Varys in season like 2 or 2 or 3. He's all like. He's like, chaos is a ladder, and like everyone tries to crawl out of the pit, but it's something like that. Something.
I remember it was weird because it was a good choice of quote for him to use.
They were in the throne room, remember? Because they were both
the two of them, their little dance of words.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the first season,
dude. Oh, that was the first season.
I mean, they've had a couple, I guess, but the one I remember the most is the first season.
But he oh fuck. That gave me chills when he was in the band. Littlefinger was like fucking scared. Like he's like, "What the fuck do you?" I've never told anybody that. He's like, "Holy shit, dude." And then, after that scene, where does it go to?
Probably Arya, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah,
Arya to the gates.
Yeah, Arya. Oh my
god, guards.
That stupid fucking guard. Like, you better get out of here, you old town rat or whatever.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes. But, so, the Stark reunion
Yeah.
finally happened.
Yeah, the guards go tell Sansa, and Sansa knows where she'll be.
Knows exactly what she'll be.
I liked their reunion a lot.
Yes.
This has been like a lot of
very
reunions.
heartfelt.
Really liked,
it was very heartfelt. Between Sansa and Arya, that was a good one. When they met Bran, however, that was a little
kind of stoic and weird.
Yeah.
Bran actually put an arm around him.
Yeah, he did.
I think, do you think he just remembered like?
Yeah, how to
that
be
was
human.
awkward last time.
Yeah,
so I'll do this. It's like
maybe,
a conscious decision.
Yeah, maybe. But he also in that same scene, he just like alluded to like him seeing Arya at the crossroads, and then he hands her the Valyrian steel dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's like, it's gonna be wasted on the cripple. I was really actually hoping he would hold on to it because Valyrian steel, as you guys may know, can kill White Walkers.
Right.
I'm like, you might need them. I was like, if you're fighting the White Walkers, you might need that. But he handed it to Arya, and he's like, you might have more use out of it. That's what made me think maybe they're gonna use that to kill Littlefinger.
Yeah, maybe.
So, but
I didn't think about that.
One of my favorite scenes happens right after that.
Oh, my favorite scene,
Yeah.
like even I think with battle, just the way that I was like,
dude, wasn't that great?
yeah,
That was-
Brienne and
Yeah.
oh, they start out with Brienne just kicking Podrick's ass.
Yeah.
just beating the shit out of
Do you
him.
think Arya knows that Podrick is Ilan Payne's son?
No,
Yeah.
but maybe I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Because like they did meet briefly. Remember when they like Brienne fought the Hound? They met briefly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if like she knows if he's because Ilan Payne is still on the list. Ilan Payne is still on the list too.
Mm-hmm.
That was such an insane fight scene. Just to go back real quick.
Oh yeah.
Hound and Brienne.
Oh
Holy
my god,
shit.
that was brutal as fuck.
That
Yeah, I was like, that was a great.
Because remember, they were both like, "I'm not a knight."
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we're not. But this one, I don't know, might trump any
Oh, it was so
duel
cool.
scene that I've ever seen in that show, dude.
It was so cool to see. I just love Arya, man.
The little. I love that she has like her own style of dance, the Bravosian dance,
Mhm.
sword dance, and she was like Brienne's just like using her like heavy-handed like Westeros
European
like
style,
European fighting, and like Arya's just like dancing around. It was such
When
a great scene.
when they were doing that and Brienne was like, "Who taught you that?" I
Yeah.
expected her to credit
Yeah.
Dario.
Dario,
from season 1.
yeah.
But she's like, "Yeah, nobody."
Syria.
Yeah.
I'm
Syrio.
sorry, Syrio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I haven't seen Syrio. I was for sure. I thought he was gonna come
I was
back.
for sure he was going to come back
Yeah.
until she went there and never saw him at the, at the place.
Oh yeah. True.
Some people say there's a theory out that he is no one.
Oh, he's that guy.
Mm.
Oh
No. There is no
Yeah,
one.
there's no one, okay.
I was like, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't
yeah,
know.
that could be.
I mean, if it was him, he definitely killed all those guards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
But yeah, that was incredible, and I liked at the end. Honestly, it ended at a complete draw.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 'cause she kicks her in the chest.
Dude,
and
and-
she
and-
goes
and-
flying back.
Flying.
Yeah, and mind you, Brienne's like freaking 5
Oh,
feet
she's
taller
huge,
than
yeah,
Arya.
it's
I was
ridiculous.
like-
She says that your sword's too small.
Yeah,
She's like,
she's like,
What did she say?
Trust me, I won't cut you.
Yeah,
I was like, what? And then when she started doing it, I was like, do you think it was her, Macy Williams, actually doing the choreography for that? Because it looked like
Maybe.
she was
Yeah.
doing it. Like,
Yeah,
I was
maybe.
like, holy shit, that's
She
so
may have just been
badass.
training.
I was like, what a fucking badass. I
When
was
she
like,
does that flip off the ground. too.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
kinda-
I was
Oh
like,
god,
what?
that was so sick.
I was like, what the fuck?
I
She's
forget
badass, man. But then Sansa and Littlefinger also saw
Just
that
watch
dude.
things.
Ooh,
Sansa-
yeah,
Oof,
yeah, she's like, what?
See,
She like
Sansa and Arya as like a partners
Yeah.
in crime could be the most like
dynamic,
deadly,
dynamic
influential, powerful like sister
combo ever.
like, combo.
And then I feel like Baelish kind of felt that. He's like,
Mhm.
oh fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, what the hell?
Well,
Gun?
Arya looks up at him.
Yeah, no, he got nervous and he's like badger and everything.
Yeah.
I
You
think,
better fucking watch it.
I think he's gonna die next episode. In fact,
Really, that soon?
Because they alluded to him. He had too much screen time. I feel like in this last episode, and I'm like, I think he's gonna die.
I
soon.
I expected him to get away with something that
Yeah.
makes us hate him a little more first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you had the Battle of the Bastards. Like
Yeah.
he got his last thing, and when he shoots Rickon, like he just that last fucking thing where you're like, oh my
Well,
god,
I
he
think
needs to go.
It might
you
be
know?
the first part of the episode, and near the end is like that final scene is Arya like killing him.
What
as
moves
you're-
does Littlefinger have to play right now?
No, nothing. He has
Because
nothing.
Sansa does not trust him at all.
No,
she doesn't. She knows better.
That's good. Yeah, that's very, very good.
So I don't know what's going to become of that whole relationship. Really.
Yeah, that's a fucking weird relationship.
Yeah, it is really weird.
It is very strange. Were there any others? There was a scene. I don't know where this was in the continuum here, but when John and Davos talked to Missandei about Dany.
Oh yeah.
Whether or not she's like, would they let you go right now? And like, is she really just your next slave master? Like,
that's right, because Theon actually didn't come in the beginning. He actually came right after that scene.
Yeah.
He landed on the beach, and they're like,
they saw his boat.
Yeah.
From that stairwell.
Yeah, that's
that they
right.
were talking.
They saw the boat, and then So.
But that was an interesting conversation where she was like,
she believes in me, she trusts me.
Yeah, like at first, like the way the writing is, like they kind of assume the viewer's actually gonna agree with John and Davos, who are kind of, they're making it seem like Missandei's thinking about it, and they're like, she really is your slaveholder.
Yeah. And
you're like, oh shit, like, is that what really the point is? But then like when she comes back and talks to them, she truly believes it, and then you see John be like, oh wow!
Even Davos is like, forgive me if I switch sides.
Yeah, right. It's this weird push and pull of like, kind of making me guess, like, where are the writers taking this?
Yeah, they're trying to like familiarize with each other. You know, trying to feel each other out.
I just like it when John and Dany impress one another with their story or their characters. You know what I mean?
Experience and all that.
Because we've been through with them, and I just like it when they get a little insight into each other. Like that.
Absolutely.
They're like really all like awkwardly staring at each other now. Oh God, it's your aunt.
He grabs her hand and guides her to
dude, it's your aunt, bro. I know she's drop dead gorgeous, but she's your aunt, bro. Can't do it.
I know. Dude, it's so weird when he says something like that.
Someone today at work, I don't know who it was. I think it was my buddy Mike. He was like, "Oh, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing. The Targaryen tree goes nowhere but straight up."
Yeah, no.
I was like, that's very true.
If anyone in the universe might understand, it's Cersei and Jaime. So
right. Same with the Lannister. Those trees go straight up as well.
But,
all right. So were there anything before we dive into this fight? Was there any scenes we're missing before we dive into?
They were
Jorah, no Sam.
They were meaty sections. There were many.
There wasn't a lot of cutting around.
Exactly. There was meaty sections for a very long time.
We didn't. We touched on it a little bit earlier when Jaime was kind of unloading one of the wagons of gold. He gives it to Bronn.
Yeah,
we didn't really
heavy
talk about that.
bag of gold.
I don't like Bronn.
You don't like?
I like Bronn a lot.
I still like Bronn. I was like, he's just kind of a smart ass.
But I think
he doesn't care about anything.
Well, yeah, he just wants money. He's just a hired hand, but like he's never been exposed to so much money. I think, which is why he's getting a little like in over
himself,
his head. Yeah, Jaime hands him like a heavy fucking bag of gold, and he's like, "Where's my castle? Like, I'll take that one. Like we just took that one.
That one's available."
Yeah,
he makes me laugh. I mean, he's funny. I feel he's sort of like Euron. Like he doesn't really have that much going on. He's like, oh, he's a mercenary. He likes money.
Yeah,
that's his character.
Yeah, but he's also loyal too. If you feel like he didn't have to help Jaime out to go rescue.
He was loyal to Tyrion until it was inconvenient for him.
Yeah. It was like, So
as soon, obviously we see there's a little bit more than that now. After what at the end of the episode. But, was there any other? Oh yeah, fucking when Tarly comes up and is talking to them.
Oh yeah, he's like, let me give him a flogging. I was like,
oh, this man just fought a hard battle.
Yeah, no, he's like, yes, Lord, my Lord.
He doesn't say shit. He just looks at him all grumpy.
Yeah, he's fucking old timer, dude.
Piece of shit.
Or when they talk to Dickon.
Oh yeah,
he's like Rickon. No, Dickon. And Bronn just laughs.
Yeah, he's like, oh, but I love that scene though when Jaime speaks to Dickon. He's all like. So he's like, "Don't give me bullshit." Tell me.
It was glorious. He says,
he's like, "No, tell me the truth. What did you think?" He's like, "Honestly, it was hard because I knew those people that we were killing." He's like,
"I didn't think it would smell like that."
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
And then Bronn, for like the 40th time, he only has like 30 lines of dialogue in the whole series. He talks about men shitting their pants like 60% of those lines. Like if you go back to season 2, we talk about men shitting their pants, men shitting their pants, men shitting their pants. Like, dude,
I learned that when I was 5.
Yeah, you're really into these men shitting their pants, man. But he talks about that. You know?
Yeah, he says that to Dickon, and then what else happens there? So that about sums up that portion of it.
Yeah, I mean they're just kind of like setting you up.
Yeah, setting you up
for that whole thing. Now the one thing that is important. So remember we were saying it was foreshadowing when the gold gets here.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so I was thinking, oh, it's not going to get there.
Yeah.
But that opening scene of that whole thing right there, he says, all the gold was made it into King's Landing. I was like, damn it!
Yeah, no, dude.
I was so wanted Cersei to have to come back to the guy and be like, actually, I don't have any of your money.
See, what happened was, dragon.
I know. But the dragon fucking blew all the caravans up. So I was like, the gold must have melted.
Yeah, so they're there, they're doing their shit, and they hear the thunder.
Yeah, the thunder. Ron's like, wait, do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
It's just like... Oh my god, this is one of the coolest scenes
That's
ever.
That's when I realized,
like,
there's going to be a fucking battle.
10,000 Dothraki, like a horde of them.
Yeah.
Like, on horseback. And it was the coolest scene ever because, like, some of them had, like, those sickle-shaped swords. And then the other ones had, like, fucking bow and arrows. And they just, like, hopped on top of the horses and, like, started shooting.
I know, they were, like, standing on
them. Yeah, they were standing on the horses.
It reminded me a lot of Rome trying to deal with the Huns.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's just, they just are not equipped for fighting like that.
I'm so, because I was just going to make that point. Like, you and I, like, in Rome, I was like, dude, that felt like Attila the Hun just destroying the Roman lines. I was like...
I mean, because Rome doesn't... That's not how they fight. They don't know how to fucking fight.
Yeah, they're all like, shield wall and spears and everything. And I think they could have done okay if it weren't for the fucking dragon melting a hole right through their line.
Even if they... I honestly... Because they were only like 3 deep.
Yeah,
and they were like, they would have done a lot of damage to the first like line of horses, but they just would have kept coming.
Yeah,
I love how the horses like they get stuck on the shield wall and the fucking Dothraki jump off down into the ranks and start killing people.
Dude,
like, what the fuck?
It was the coolest shit ever.
It was amazing.
It was on the same level, if not a little bit. Yeah, if not a little bit better than Battle of the Bastards.
I don't know about better, just like epicness. Yeah. Yes. But like from the way the Battle of the Bastards was filmed,
that was like the shots.
It's like the greatest battle scene I've ever seen. Sort of like Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, it was a fantastic.
But like in just sheer like fantasy epicness with the dragon coming over, I just love it when you're rooting for someone. In my case, I don't care about the Lannisters at all. Burn them all. Yeah, and even the innocent soldiers who have nothing to do with any of it, just kill them all. I love seeing it.
What if Ed Sheeran died in
there? Kill them all. Kill them all. And like I love it when in my case I'm like and like the fear that's like in Jaime's face, like Jaime who is a battle hardened brave man, and he still was through this whole thing, but like the sheer terror in his face when he sees the dragon come over the hill, just. Like, it makes it so much realistic for me.
Yeah, because that was the first time I think he saw the dragon, ever.
Yeah, any of those people.
Any of those guys.
Dude, and it just reached.
I was like, since season 1, I can't wait for the mesh between like the Western, like European-ish, like
and
Westeros and Dothraki. I'm like, dude, I want to see this fight so bad. And it happened. I'm like, and then so Tyrion comes over the hill, and one of the advisors of the Dothraki, the Call or whatever, the new Call.
Oh yeah.
He's like, your people can't fight. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I was like, just like because they're slicing these motherfuckers in half. And
I mean, to be honest, you caught them in an ambush in a line. Like, If it was a giant army ready to go,
it would be different.
Straight against a Dothraki army sitting there.
Because Tarly did allude to that. He's like, if we get attacked, the front can't protect the back.
They only hit like a quarter of that force, and they were not ready, unprepared, ambushed. I mean, of course they lost.
Dude, why did you think that they had that bow, right? Just happen to have that bow. I was like,
because
why don't they have one at the King's Landing to guard the castle?
Because it's called Deus Ex Machina. Which is my issue with that fucking crossbow.
Yeah.
It's just such a lazy
cheap out.
How can we just make this like more like the whole point of the dragons existing is that they are an unstoppable force of rage and fury that the world it's one of the writers even said it in the post thing saying it's like bringing an F-16 to a medieval fight. But apparently this big crossbow is enough to, as long as the dragon conveniently stops midair, straight line, unmoving. Earlier, when they fire a volley of arrows, it stops mid-flight, shoots up, takes all the stuff in the belly, flips back down around, and burns them all. But when he needs to shoot the crossbow, it's like, please.
But
I won't flip or move. I won't turn right or left. I'll just stay right here for you.
So,
that's the only thing I was just like...
I know. So, of course, the bow hits the dragon, Drogon, Drogo or whatever it's
Dracarys, isn't it?
Dracarys? No, Dracarys is the command to shoot fire.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what I was saying. Oh, yeah, because that's what she says to him.
Yeah, because she named it after Khal Drogo.
That's right.
Yeah, Drogon. Right. But yeah, so... He gets hit by it, and they plummet out of the air, and and then And it's just like he catches himself.
Yeah.
And Daenerys, of course, and then they land, and Daenerys is. Wait, did we miss anything before?
Well, I mean, yeah. Just the absolute fucking like
terror, dude.
Just the shots. The shots
were. That's what I'm saying.
Incredible.
See, Battle of the Bastards had great shots, but the shots in this one I thought were just as good.
It was a different type of perspective.
Because like the dragon that shot when Jaime was like he turned away and these guys are like getting burnt, and then like the dragon drives by and the wind just blows the ash away.
Yeah,
and they literally got burnt to ash.
Oh my god!
I was like, holy,
just those tracking shots.
Yeah.
Of it. It's like the difference between those fights is like this battle was more about like us seeing where people were.
Yeah.
So like here's the dragon, here's the battlefield. I can see like the little valley and the hill. Okay, great. And they charge down. You see like everything. Whereas Battle of the Bastards was about Jon.
Yeah, Jon. Yeah.
It just followed him in this. It just
pretty much. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Mess. Whereas this was like they wanted you to feel like Dany.
Yeah.
She could see the whole thing and just like pick apart anything she wanted. And I like there was that moment where they kind of did like a Saving Private Ryan thing where they showed all the guys burning. I was like, fuck all these guys.
Yeah, no, right.
I just was remembering the Red Wedding. I was thinking about the Red Wedding the whole time. Like, why? I don't feel sorry for any of these fuckers.
No,
I wanted Jaime to die. I wanted Bran to die. I wanted them all burned to death. Yeah. Kill them all. Just end this shit and move on so we can go fight. Yeah. The quicker the Lannisters die, the sooner we can go fight the undead, right?
The military genius of attacking them while they're moving all their loot, like I was like, this is great. The counterattack, not just like wait for them to get back into King's Landing and then attack. And they literally, I think, wiped out the Lannister army. Like I don't think they have an army left now.
I don't know. I have no clue. I mean,
I was like, because they killed.
Have something.
But... Yeah, they have some because like they killed. Remember Tyrion or not Tyrion, Jaime or whatever. Someone said that they broke the army in half. Basically, half stayed at Castle Rock and half of them moved to the High Garden. So I don't know, dude. I don't know how many Lannister troops are left at this point. So. Yeah. That's a great. Oh yeah, so great shots. Great so much fire. So good.
Yeah.
When Bronn's trying to work his way to the ballista and he's kind of just shoving guys out of the way, and
there's
he
another
would kill
great
a guy
shot.
every now and then to get a sword. And
then the guy as soon as he gets to the ballista, the guys are like, "What the fuck is this?" He just gets shots again. He gets impaled. I was like, "Oh god!" I was like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, so he gets to the ballista and he takes it out. It's conveniently in the caravan, and I was like, okay, all right, I could deal
Is there
with
only
this.
one?
I'm sure there's more, dude.
Sure
it's like one of the most simple ancient weapons in existence.
Yeah. Well, just because it's the first one we've seen in this show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I didn't know if they made
I feel
a
like
bunch
that.
of them,
I think she alluded to like the Maester, whatever that guy's name was, like making more or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I'm assuming they're smart enough to have a bunch.
Yeah,
of
a bunch. Because I was like, why leave some at King's Landing?
Right.
But
let's just bring it with us.
Yeah. So then Bronn gets to it and he starts firing at Dany and Drogon, and then the first couple shots miss, and then Drogon's like, I see the thing, and then Dany sees it too, and like, they want to burn it down.
Like, make sure to line up straight with it.
Yeah, so
don't fly in a circle or anything. Yeah. I want you to open your mouth and just let her get that. Just swallow that.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Me too.
Oh, dude!
I thought they were going to kill the dragons right there. I was like, oh god!
But it hits Drogon.
Yeah, right in the shoulder.
Right in the shoulder. And then he falls, and then on the ground,
and starts killing everyone again.
I know, right?
I love how he just whips the ballista with his tail. Like, get that fucking
after burning it.
Yeah, after burning it.
He was pissed at it.
Yeah, I like that he was mad at it. I like the little flare personality from the dragon.
And Dany tries to rip the bolt out of Drogon, and then Jaime sees his opportunity, and then Tyrion says, "Don't fucking do it, you idiot!" And he's like, "Get out of there!" He's like, and then of course Jaime grabs a spear of or javelin of some sort, and charges straight for Daenerys. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you gonna do? She is in the presence of the biggest dragon.
Yeah.
I was
he just wasn't thinking.
Yeah, he's thinking maybe quick victory.
Yeah, if by any chance he hit her, he's still fucking toast.
Yeah,
he wasn't thinking about getting out of there alive. Yeah. And I was thinking, oh god, I can't wait to see Cersei's face.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then I also thought, so like once Jaime's dead, that means that it will be Arya as Jaime killing Cersei.
Yeah. Oh god.
Ooh. That's what I thought, because that's why I was happy. I was like, fucking kill him. I don't care.
It may still happen, because in that ending scene he was drowning. I was like,
but this show,
what was happening with that?
This show kills its characters, man. Yeah. Like the only one Drew was saying, we were talking about this. I'm like, when people die, they fucking die in this show.
No, that's what I'm saying. It could still happen because Jamie was in that pool drowning. Like, I was like, maybe he actually dies and, like, the writers want you to think that he actually made it out, but it's really Arya instead, you know? Like,
oh, that's true. Oh, wow. Wait, but Arya's all the way up.
In the north,
The show, I mean, they already commit some pretty bad, like... timing.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, damn.
How the fuck did you get from here to there?
Yeah, no, so
that would be a little for her to somehow get all the way down. And no one. I don't know. Well, maybe. Yeah. I don't think he's dead. I think Bronn's gonna get him out of there.
Yeah.
But Bronn saves him. I mean, we didn't really talk about
Lastly, Bronn jumps over as soon as Drogon started shooting fire right at him.
You see the come out of the throat, like, Jamie's dead.
I know. And then Bronn comes out of nowhere and just saves his ass. And then the ending shot is him like just floating to the abyss or sinking into the abyss with his
stuck in his armor.
Yeah, stuck in his heavy ass armor. Yeah, I was like, and he only has one arm. I'm like,
how do you get swim? Yeah,
and his arms probably weighs like
I know, right?
Exactly, pure fucking metal.
So so that scene ends right there,
and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
I was just smiling the whole time.
Me too, yeah.
This big old... I was like, I can't wait to talk about this with Kevin and Mason tomorrow.
That scene was so good.
So nuts. Such a good episode.
Oh my god, yeah, I was excited. And I was like, I can't wait to... I didn't have anyone at work talk Game of Thrones about it, and I'm like, Jimmy, did you see it, man? And he's like, no. I'm like, God damn it.
How is he not even...
He had a concert last night, so he couldn't watch it.
Oh, that's right. Oh, but he is caught up.
Yeah, he's caught up.
Okay.
He's like,
that's what I remember him talking about, yeah.
So he's going to watch it tonight. I was like, God damn it, Jimmy. I need somebody to talk to. I was like... But, so it's... it's so good. This season is just the best season of any show I've ever seen. Like, it's just like... Just because the, like, just... accumulating like just through 7 seasons of like just shit happens is
this is like the stuff we finally this is the shit that I was complaining about 2 seasons ago.
I remember you saying like I'm close to
ever
just like
gonna the 5th season was having me think I was considering quitting.
I was like
it was just like they're just talking about it. Here it is. Oh, there's the dragons. There they are. They're flying around. It's like oh God! So this is so great. This is just like
just so rewarding.
These last 2 seasons.
It's rewarding,
like,
you know. Like,
season 6 and 7 have just felt like they're just giving me money back from all the shit they stole from me.
Stole from me. All my time and anger,
which is great. I mean, it's all been really good. Like it's never that I never. It's not that I ever disliked this show. It's just that I feel like they are maybe they knew the whole time, or at least they understand the power of like. Payoff, you know, like that we just didn't get for so long. So it's just been really nice.
Quick, before we get to the end here, quick predictions for next episode.
I don't know why we would, but I'm thinking we're gonna get to spend more time at the wall.
Okay.
Just maybe see some more of what the White Walkers
some White Walker movement
because we haven't seen it in a little bit.
Yeah, true. Last scene we saw was
what are they doing?
I don't know.
I mean, this is like it's like the size of England. This is a fantasy version of England.
Maybe they're waiting because the last thing we saw of them was just marching south with their giants.
They've been marching south since the end of season 2.
Were they though? They've been building up their army.
Were they?
I feel like they've been building up their army.
Yeah, they took care of the wildling army
that's
first.
what I'm saying. Yeah, I feel like they've been like.
But the wildling army's dead.
I feel like they're intelligent though. They know
maybe. Maybe
because that wall, remember, is still. It's still kind of barricaded with magic.
Yeah.
You know?
No, not since Bran passed through.
True,
no, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Bran fucked that up.
Yeah,
when he went through. And the other thing too is that the ice on the waters on each side with the winter freezes. They're just gonna walk
over.
They're gonna build an ice bridge.
It just freezes. All of those lakes freeze over, so they're just gonna walk right on past, and they're gonna pass right through where they sent Tormund. Tormund.
Tormund.
That east watch or whatever it's gonna be.
True.
So you're gonna pass right through there.
Yeah.
No problem.
Isn't that where those the fire worshippers are going to go? Isn't that where they were going to go
with the Hound? And
the Hound. And
I don't know where
we haven't seen them in a while. We're definitely going to see them next.
Yeah, I feel like
we have to see them.
I know. I feel like that's where they were going to go because they said something about a non-manned tower or something.
They didn't know that Jon dispatched a big group of the wildlings there.
So
they'll take over that castle. I think we're going to see. A lot of this draws on history. A lot of this stuff is drawing on history.
Yeah, the War of the Roses.
War of the Roses, and I think the part where the Romans. Really, they reminded me of the Romans. I don't think that was not intentional.
No, yeah, definitely.
They're even like red and gold.
So,
and I think we're gonna get a Teutoburg Forest moment where Cersei loses her mind, like a Varys "Give me back my allegiance" kind of a moment where he just lost his shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like Cersei's just gonna
underestimate everybody. Yeah,
I just can't believe like her whole army's been burned by this fucking dragon in Dothraki, and I just want to see her. I want that smirk off her fucking face. You know what I mean?
I think that last battle will take it off of that.
Especially if they're reporting that Jaime is dead.
Yeah, for sure.
What does Arya need to take? Shouldn't she need to? Isn't it physically putting their face on her? So in order to beat Jaime, she would have to get him. Yeah. And she's not going to be able to use his face if he's drowned at the bottom of the lake. You're right. Yeah. So I think Bronn is going to get him because Bronn has no armor on. He's just
he's always wearing leather and stuff like that.
So he can swim. He can get him. I don't know if he'll be. I think maybe you think we'll open up like right with that. They usually don't do that.
No,
they usually don't. They usually don't like leave you at a cliffhanger and open the episode with resolving it.
Yeah.
Like even at the end of season 5 when Jon gets killed.
Yeah. No.
It's like the end of the first episode when he gets resurrected. You're like, or was it the second episode that he gets resurrected?
No, I think it was the end of the first.
Okay. I remember being like, can you answer this question, please?
Where the fuck is Jon?
This is all we're caring about right now.
Yeah.
So I think
quick prediction is you think.
I think we're going to really dive into Cersei. Just really another step into madness.
Yeah, okay.
She'll do something crazy.
Yours is the White Walker.
Yeah, I see some more White Walker action.
I think Peter Baelish is going to die.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Wouldn't it be crazy if all 3 of those things
Dude, you heard it here first, man. Monday, Zero HP predicted this shit, man. So you'll give us credit. Fucking HBO Bear post this shit on their fucking website and be like, dude, these 3 random dudes on the internet predicted this.
The 2 writers, man. I know we've talked about them before. They're so fucking dry and like so obvious. They're brilliant writers. Yeah. Obviously, this show's been great, but man, when they like want to interview them to like recap the show, it's just so ridiculous. As you can see, it's like Arya, she's wanting to kind of prove herself. Like, no shit. Like we get that. And Sansa and Arya have some tension still. Wow, God, the insight now.
You couldn't really tell from that. Oh
God. Dragons are mortal creatures. They can be hurt. That was. Shut the fuck up, dude. I love watching them. They just crack me up. The stuff that they tell you is just great. I would highly recommend watching those if you don't watch it. They're really funny.
But so let's see if we went a little bit overboard.
Oh yeah,
it was very eventful.
The last couple have been like that. The last week's was long too.
Yeah, so we appreciate you guys listening. I know there's actually a very
Matt Troxler.
There's a very dedicated
I'll read every word of your giant comment. I love it. I love reading the novella that you leave on our novella. It's fucking awesome.
It's like a very dedicated group of people that listen to this stuff. So
I think it's like 15 or 20 views each time. So.
Yeah, hell yeah. So keep on listening.
And if you're out there, her name is not Daenerys. Daenerys. Just a pet peeve that's been getting me this last 8 hours.
Ian's like, shut the fuck up!
No one, if you've been watching the show for 7 years, no one has ever said Daenerys. So we'll leave you with that.
Thanks. Peace.
All right, guys. Later.